We did it. Second place, 86 points, a goal difference of 53, 4 goals more than Arsenal on equal points. That's a pretty good start. Kai Show FMers, it's me, FM Cheetah. You can call me Matt. And welcome back to Looney Tunes Blood and Oil. And yes, we did get there in the end. So after those 2 wins, Everton at home and Man U at home, we then did Aston Villa 2-1, West Ham away 2-0. It was a nice victory. And Crystal Palace away 3-0. Arsenal kept the pressure up though with 3 wins of their own. 2-0 away to Liverpool. Liverpool obviously on the virtual beach as it were. 3-0 home win to Wolves and then a 3-1 home win to Tottenham. They were trying with all their might to bring that goal difference back, but they just couldn't do it. Lautaro Martinez, who was actually injured for the last game, picks up top scorer in the Premier League with 26 goals. Alain Saint-Maximin, second best average of 7.45. And Emi Buendia, top, I guess maybe he's top because of ratings. Top on assists with 17 assists. Livakovic with 17 clean sheets. It goes to show you if you look at these two teams here, 20 clean sheets, 17 clean sheets, and you look at the difference between Liverpool and Newcastle here, is that the difference? I mean, certainly the difference between us and the rest of the teams, but yeah, there you go. And Alain Saint-Maximin, 10 man of the match performances. Bayern are now watching him. Hansi Flick was in the stadium, I think the last game or the game before. Major interest for him. And you'd have to say, maybe we should take advantage of it. Again, he's still got some developing to do. He doesn't develop particularly well. I guess it's the low determination, I guess. But, we couldn't let him go, could we? He's worth 47 million. Yeah. So Callum Wilson actually played the last game of the season and scored the last 2 goals. He's still wanted by Everton and West Ham. We've promised him that he will be sold. He is listed for 20 mil. He's worth 27. That to me feels fair enough for a player of his caliber. Let's hope a sale to the Premier League doesn't come back and bite us. If he decides he wants to stay, then I think stay he should. With Dwight Gale's about to leave, Andy Carroll's about to leave, and we have Harvey Prado who will train in that position anyway, and he's got some ability. Probably doesn't have Callum Wilson ability, but he's still pretty good. Yeah, got a little bit of room to go. He did suffer some injuries. Is he injury prone? Not really, no. He's fairly consistent too, so we want to try and keep him around. Buendia is wanted by Arsenal. Good luck with that. Curtis Jones is here on loan, and the question would be, do we want to buy Curtis Jones? Because we have looked at him. Ryan Fraser really didn't deliver. He's got lots of pros here. He's fairly consistent, a lot of other stuff. And, we could have him for, he's 36 to 80, so let's call it 40 to 80. So it's about 60-ish mil. Yeah, I mean, again, Ryan Fraser is here, as in Alain Saint-Maximin. Ryan's done okay. He's just not developing. We can assume he's probably maxed out. So squad by average rating, Alain Saint-Maximin, Buendia, Lautaro Martinez, Pau Torres, Chris Metham. I mean, again, with the clean sheets. Livakovic, of course. Kieran Clark's we don't have to look at because he's been playing down to 23s. Jamal Lascelles, I think, he is probably the guy who suffered the most from this. He did step in for Chris Metham late in the season because Chris was getting quite tired. Roslev was the guy who really stepped up too, and as did Isaac Hayden. So it was nice to see Isaac Hayden and Jamal Lascelles, Newcastle regulars in there. And also Jamal Lewis, actually. Did I say Jamal Lascelles? Oh, I did say Jamal Lascelles and Jamal Lewis. Sorry, they are both Jamals. Just got confused there. So 110 mil, 7 went to 1 purchase already. Thiago Almada is coming in, 7.5, 20 years of age, got a bit of ability, can play out left, can play in the hole. I think I'm going to probably try him to play in the hole, even though I know he likes to cut inside, but I think in the end of the day, if we look at his passing and we look at his vision, supporting Awar would make the most sense, because Brooks and Wendy aren't really natural out there anyway, and they suffered some injuries during the course of the season regardless. But, 7.5, bit of talent, it's a nice addition. Here we are, end of season review for 2020. Well, new arrivals. They're all new arrivals, really. Buendia's there, Lautaro. We've been on this. Pau Torres, Chris Metham, Livakovic. I think what's interesting when you look at Torres, Metham and Livakovic, who's missing from there if we scroll down, because we did bring in a left back and a right back. Well, Roslev's there. That's not too bad. And Pedrosa's, it's okay. But, we need... what you want to see is a first team full of 7 pluses. Nice to see Michael Elise doing well. Wow, he's developing just like crazy. That's terrific. That's really good. Well, he'll be coming back. And do we think he can play? I think so. Because he's in the US, he's gone for a little while, hasn't he? He's gone to the end of... So he'll be back at Christmas. He'll be back at the... at Christmas, and he will keep playing. That's okay. That's good. Certainly, he would have to be the best value signing. He made 10 appearances, a goal, and assist. He was very good when he came on and did his thing. The season's results, A+ from the board. We've qualified for the Champions League. There's only 1 point from here, and we've got essentially 5+ episodes to get there. I would like to pick up a cup as well. I mean, Champions League is unlikely, but, FA Cup and a title would be good. Something. We want the title. It's not in our hands, but what we need to do is win against Liverpool. If we'd beaten Liverpool and had 6 points more and they'd had 6 points less, we would be top of the table. So beating Liverpool, as well as all the other results, will be key. Moments to remember, yes, the 8-0 thrashing of West Brom, that was very, very nice. And a 4-2 away win to Chelsea. Our goal of the season was from Alain Saint-Maximin, apparently. 19-metre... scoring powerful effort from 19 metres, apparently. Well, that's good. He has had an absolute gangbuster season. Financially, well, all up, of course, because the club is going up, and obviously with the investment. Looking at the shirts, Alain Saint-Maximin takes the first shirt. I'm trying to read this. Lautaro takes shirt number 2. Awar, Emi Buendia, and who is that? Oh, Pau Torres. That makes sense. They are probably, they are the sort of 5 best players in the squad. Shame that Chris Metham doesn't feature there. Actually, Awar, I get it. He's a big name, but he was a bit of a disappointment, I have to say. Well, 4-2-3-1 is how we lined up. That's the starting squad, isn't it? Nice to see Hayden there. But yeah, that is the starting squad. The accolades. So, English Premier League manager for January. Oh, I didn't notice this. We won Manager of the Year, as I think we should. Taking Newcastle to second, yes, we had a lot of money, but we still took them there. Great, excellent. We'll undoubtedly see that when we go back. Player awards: Fans Player of the Year, Alain Saint-Maximin; Young Player of the Year, Alain Saint-Maximin; Signing of the Season, Lautaro. I think that's fair enough. Goal of the Season, Alan, because it's not Alain. Top goal scorer, Lautaro, as we know, and the most assists, Emi. The record breakers, Lautaro, most overall goals by a player in a season, 26. Really, is that just for this season? No, in a season, most assists, Emi in a season, most clean sheet, Livakovic, most player of the matches, Alain Saint-Maximin, worst discipline, Pedrosa. Well, you got an award. And there it is. Where is that? Come on, where's that Manager of the Year award? Is it here? Here we go. So Martinez wins English Premier League Top Goal Scorer Award. Psh, let's give him a congrats. Put him around it. Lautaro, you were amazing. Alisson claims Golden Glove, but Livakovic is behind him. I think we need to... Can we give Livakovic a praise? Is this going to come back and bite us in the face? Let's see. I want to put arm around you. Your form has been good recently. Thanks, boss. That's nice. Quintana wins Manager of the Year, 71% win ratio. I think so. Klopp won it and he'd be disappointed, but that's it. And Radovanovic is pleased. I'm so glad that you're pleased, Director of Football. English players named in the top 10. Alan, of course, and Lautaro, and the rest is Liverpool. Yeah, I go, no, Livakovic beat Alisson in goal. How's that possible? Sure. Anyway, fine. 3 players in the top, in the starting 11 is pretty good. There's some updates on loanees, the last game. Got a training camp to decide. Hong Kong. Oh, we're going to the US. Come on, let's go to America. Squad end of season break. Yes, that begins. Team report, end of season team meeting, dynamics update. Martinez is up there as a team leader. That's good. Yeah, nice to see. Andy Carroll's about to leave. Was highly influential. Yeah, it's good to see some shifting there. Club vision and expectation. This is where it all goes south. Let's do it. All right. So new objectives: play defensively solid. That's going, and play high tempo, high pressing. Sure, let's drop those. Come on, Amanda. Amanda, come on now. All right, so we're going to drop defensive. Oh my God. Okay, fine. My goodness. Work within a wage budget. Sign and sell players for a profit. I didn't notice that it's only 5 years, but we'll do that. Top half. Cool, I guess. Yeah, all right. And a squad meeting. Discuss the plans for next season. Here's another one that will go wrong. Top half. Satisfied. Okay, cool. That was the sort of reaction I was after. Knockout stages. Shall we do it? Yeah, they're pleased with that. That's fine. Yeah, I'd now like to discuss some promises. I'm going to give youth players a chance. That's great. I think that's enough with the promises. I've also finished code of conduct. Fantastic. Pump the fist. That's a great response. Good. I kind of was winging it, but good response. Good response. Look at that. Morale's gone higher. Who's that? Oh, Callum, yeah, okay. And we're leaving the meeting. All right. So I've got this sorted by average rating. So let's go right down the bottom and see who's down here. Phil Dummett. Phil's probably going to need to stay because he is, I believe he's trained locally. So we're probably going to need it. Andy's going, Dwight's going. That's fine. Matty Longstaff, I think he probably needs to go out on loan. He did well. Jonjo, what's he worth? Jonjo is worth 15. You know, maybe we can. It's probably time to move Jonjo on. We need to sort of tweak these areas. Dubravka will stay, of course. Lewis Cook has done okay. He's still got a bit of developing to do. Ignore that. He's been fine during the season. Awar was the biggest disappointment, but he trained well. He was always in the top trainers. I don't know. Perhaps we just play him further down. Perhaps I'm just, playing him up here isn't working for him. I really, don't get it. Obviously, we're not ready to move him on. I mean, he's fairly consistent. He relishes big matches. I mean, that's it. And yet, it didn't work for him. Yeah, right backs and left backs. So Ruslev was the best, but he's a breakthrough prospect, and that's cool. A top quality right back, a top quality left back. Pedrosa is great. I think we can do better. And I think for centre backs, I don't really want to change anything. They've both been doing really well. There might be some people going. Lascelles will stay, of course. Isaac Hayden will stay. Just tweaks everywhere. I'd like a bit more steel in midfield. So better fullbacks, more steel in midfield, clear out a bit of the dead wood, and maybe a better supporting striker. So there's not all that pressure on Lautaro. We'll be in 3 cup competitions and the Premier League, which we need to win. I mean, I'll bin the cups if it means winning in the Premier League. That's for sure. Okay, so that'll do for this half. I'm going to stop there because we've got a second half to deal with, and then we'll talk about everything that came in, and we'll look at the fixtures, and then we're going to start ahead. We're going to play the big clubs this season. We're only interested in playing the big teams, I think. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you in a bunch of months. And we are back after, what, a couple of months? I'm not even sure how long that was anyway. Yes, it's a long time for me, maybe not so long for you. It is the 7th of August, and we are starting with a couple of big games. First game of the season is at home to Manchester City, and second game of the season is away to Liverpool. Now, we're not going to see those today because we're going to just talk about the transfers that came in and the transfers that went out, of course. And then we'll have a little preview of the season, and who came up, who went down, and what the plans are. So tomorrow's episode will be these two games, because if we're going to play some games, it's going to be these two. This is the schedule. You'll see that the pre-season there was interesting. We didn't win everything by any stretch of the imagination. Beaten at away by Inter Miami, and beaten at home by AS Monaco. So, you know, but the season starts big. As we said, Man City and Liverpool, and then quickly we've got Leicester there. But tomorrow's episode will be Man City, Liverpool. Then I think we will do probably Chelsea and Man United. And then, of course, we've got Champions League and domestic cups. We've got Liverpool apparently in the third round already at home. So, you know, I don't know, there goes an FA Cup run, I guess. So we're going to focus on the big ones. We've only got a handful of episodes left before the beta of FM22 comes out. We need to win. We need to win the Premier League. If we bin the FA Cup, fine, and the League Cup, it's all about the Premier League. And to some extent, I'd like to have a good Champions League run. Anyway, let's talk transfers. So just a reminder, Callum Wilson went out for 15 mil to Norwich. Norwich, who have come up, of course, as you would expect. So Callum Wilson will be their key player. Who's Warner? Manquillo's moved on, 2.5 to Torino. He's just, I mean, look, you look at him and think, yeah, that's pretty decent. We're, going for the title. Pretty decent, just don't cut it. So, Hubby, thanks. Good luck. Kieran Clark went for 1.5 to Sheffield United, I guess, as a backup. Didn't really see a lot of action towards, last season anyway, and, let him go and play. Ryan Fraser to Southampton for 7.5 million. Good. Again, this is all about increasing the quality. Ryan played off the bench, occasionally had a decent game, but really, we need more. Florian Lejeune, Celta Vigo, 5.5 million. I was happy to take 5.5 for Florian. Was out last season on loan. That added to the bank. Thank you, because we needed it. We needed the money. Jamal Lewis, 10 million to Eintracht Frankfurt. Yes, so we've had to reinforce the left side of defence. But again, given we've got one season, looking just at his raw attributes, you'd say, if we had a few more, maybe we, if we were the Newcastle of old, we would have kept Jamal. He would have been a starter, I'd imagine. But this isn't the Newcastle of old. This is new Newcastle. New. Anyway. Now, this was a real surprise. Marseille came in with an almost $20 million bid for Jamal. I had to think about this a little bit, but it just sort of came back to the same thing. I mean, Jamal occasionally featured, but just occasionally, and developmentally, he wasn't going to go much past this. Positioning's concentration, he's not very fast. Great leader, obviously, important player on the bench. And when he played, he did well. But, 20 mil, almost 20 mil. I had to take it. But undoubtedly, the biggest shock was Real Madrid coming in for Jose Moir for 35 mil. Now, that is less than what we paid for him, but we took the money. Why? He was sort of okay. He was kind of okay, and kind of okay isn't going to cut it. So I let him go to Real Madrid. They were the only ones who came in for a bid, and I thought long and hard about it. He's not a terrible player at all, but we brought him in to explode the club, and it just didn't happen. So anyway, they're not in the league. Yes, we might meet them in the Champions League, but anyway, we let him go for 35. But let's talk ins. Thiago Almada can play out left, can play in the hole behind the defender. If we compare him to Aouar, I mean, it's pretty close. And, it's not too bad. This is a 7.5 million buy all up, and Aouar was a $35 million sale. I mean, pretty good. Speaking of the left of defence, Matteo Ruggeri couldn't get him as a youngster, but did manage to pick him up for 7.5, rising to 15 mil from Atalanta. Boy, has this kid developed. I mean, you compare him to Jamal. Yeah, pretty good. And, Ruggeri is 19 and Jamal's, 23? Good. Solid. Jari Veshanen in for 10, rising to 25. It's all about potential. He's 20 years old, but got some great traits. Again, if we do the Aouar comparison, well, not as good as Almada, but still, again, he's 20 versus 23, and, plenty of potential. Reinforcing central defence, we had a look at Jerome last year. He's come in for 7.5 all up. He's got some potential. He's pretty decent. He's certainly better than Jamal Lascelles or Kieran. So, great. And we'll be training him as he's apparently a central defender on defence. Great. Good. I think he's probably more covering given that pace, but, he does love to stay back. So is he training? He is training as covering. Good. Backing up front is Patson Daka, 7.5, rising to 15. Another pressing forward. 22 years of age. He's pretty decent all round. He's got some pace, which is really important. He's really got great off the ball. If we compare him to Javi Puado, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Technically, Javi's a little better, but everywhere else, it's all about Patson Daka. Javi is still here, and he probably will stay here. He's listed as loan at the moment, but, it might be useful to have him around. I mean, it's one season. Dwight McNeil, relegated with Burnley, came up for 20, rising to 40. We put all the stops in terms of, like this for, this amount of money for international appearances and lots of goals and things like that. He is going to help Alan Saint-Maximin and either Yari or Almada out on the left. I think he's pretty decent. He's got some potential. Still 21. He provides something different on the left. Staying on the left side, but this time in defence, yes, Aaron Hickey, finally got him from Bologna for 20, rising to 50. Lots of potential. He's still 19. He's Scottish. He fits in. He is going to be our starter, and he and Ruggeri will fight it out for that point on left field. Why is he going to be the starter? Because Pedrosa's on his way out. He's going to be loaned out to PSG with an option to buy. Why? Well, there they are comparatively. So Hickey and, it's close, but he's so much younger. Let's have a look at Ruggeri. And there it is, Ruggeri. So, yes, Pedrosa's the better of the two, but if you just look at the raw stats, there's a bit of speed there. He actually is pretty good. He's a very good tackler, isn't he? He was... am I making a mistake? It's too late. It's done. It's too late, it's done apparently. Wilfred Singo in for 30, rising to 20, rising to 50. Something better at right back. This is him. He's got pace, he's got tackling, he's got the lot. And he's going to attack. Ismail Benazir replacing Aouar, 25, rising to 55, I believe it is. He's very good. He's got some growth. I think he's probably better than Aouar. There's a comparison. So yes, his vision's a little lower. His attacking is a little lower, but everywhere else, the mentals, the defending, the physicals, the technicals, he's the better player. And lastly, Eduardo Camavinga. Eduardo's been off at the Olympics along with Lautaro Martinez. Here he is. I've never had him before, so this is exciting. The 18-year-old still got some growth to do, I guess. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do in the centre of midfield. And this is how we'll probably be playing for most of the season. With Aouar out, I want to play this sort of formation. There is still an opportunity to play someone in the hole, but I think this might be it. And yes, it looks like a system we played last season, but it's much more aggressive. So Livakovic will stay in goal. Singo will be on the right. We're going to try Hickey on the left and see how he goes compared to Ruggeri. Now, in centre of midfield, it will still be Chris Metham, but he is out with a decent little injury. So Nguena will start next to Torres, and then Metham will come back in. Locatelli will hold that role deep midfield, can push up into the centre of midfield. On the right, I've got Sean Longstaff there. The Longstaff brothers are both here. I mostly kept them here for Champions League purposes in terms of having players who came as juniors. But that will be Camavinga as a Metzala or a deep-lying playmaker. Benacer will play as an attacking advanced playmaker. McNeil will probably start McNeil just to offer something, offer a wing attack on the left, although I will bring in... McNeil will start at the moment. Alain Saint-Maximin is out at the Olympics, so along with Camavinga. So McNeil will start, but that will be ASM when he gets back. And Buendia, of course, on the right. Buendia stayed. Dakar will play for the first game or so because Lautaro went away to the Olympics too. He's just come back, or he's about to come back. He needs to be rested. Had a very, very busy pre-season. We had the Olympics and we had the Euros. So it'll look like this. And we have only 7 on the bench again. So we're missing those extra 2 on the bench. So we're going to need to rotate a lot through those cup games. Not Champions League, but the domestic cups. This is different because instead of retreating, we're going to press. We're going to counter press, and we will always push forward. Previously in this role, we've not pushed the goalkeeper, and we've not counter press. We've regrouped, but we are going to regroup. And on top of that, we're going to cross over, and everyone's going to attack, and we're going to play expressively. We're just going to attack. We're going to go crazy. We need to score a lot of goals. We need to beat clubs like Liverpool. Yeah. And obviously when Lautaro gets back, and possibly when ASM gets back, then great. But I think these are the players. They're naturally attacking. Hopefully Locatelli can help us, hold the goals. But basically we just need to score a lot of goals. Although if we look at last year, we remember that the Livakovic and the central defenders were great, but the fullbacks didn't feature at all in terms of performance. So we want to get something out of Singo and Hickey. Hopefully Benacer can deliver where Awar did not. I think that Lautaro's got good support from Dakar. Poirot is still here. Buendia and Brooks will play on the right. McNeil's got heaps of support from ASM, from Almada, and from Vasharan, and both of whom can play in the hole if we need them. So that's it. Some big spending pre-season. Spending I can't really afford long term, but it's just one season. It's terrible. We've got to do it. Got to go big. Hopefully Camavinga and Benacer can really deliver. Locatelli, maybe he can improve this season. And those fullbacks can deliver. Lautaro, hope Lautaro keeps scoring and ASM delivers his form. We're going to see tomorrow with those 2 big games. Okay, that's it. This is a strange episode, I know, finishing one, starting the other, but thank you so much for joining me. If you like what you saw, remember to drop a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. We only have a few episodes left before the FM22 beta, which you now know is Leipzig. Nobody loves Leipzig. We'll play that for hopefully daily for a couple of weeks, and then I will announce the main save. Again, it won't be an England save. I'm really looking forward to this save. I flirted with it a bit in FM21, but in the end it didn't. I let it go for other things. So that's it. Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, La Starate.